All right. Here we go back again on the other side of the coin. I've got three lovely guests here today. I'm so excited. Every time I see these guys, I just get excited so much because they're the best people to talk football with. And off the back of that glorious victory that we had that took us to the round of 16 versus Rennes, who better to do a match review with than these three? So first of all, guys, you know, thank you for joining. I'll start off with Vivek. Vivek, we've done a podcast previously for the Blues fans,
Yes,
but now you're here for the first time on my channel. How are you, my man?
all good, Miss. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. And yeah, the game was sensational last night. I enjoyed the game, and to be honest, I was not expecting the winner. I was not expecting the winner whatsoever, and I was jumping with joy when Giroud scored the winner at the death. It was fantastic stuff. That was stuff of winners, and it
Absolutely.
was so good to see. It was so good to see the squad, grind out this result at Rennes.
Mm.
And this result wouldn't have been possible last year, 100%.
Absolutely. Now, we'll hold on to those thoughts because we're going to return back to that. Adnan, bro, you've invited me a few times to
Yeah.
your channel, well, the Chelsea Bangladesh channel. Shout out to Chelsea Bangladesh page. You're the admin there. Thank you so much for bringing me into this channel, and I'm so glad and honored to have you in my channel today. So, how are you, my man?
I'm absolutely fine. And to be honest, as like Vivek just said, absolutely ecstatic because I was actually expecting Chelsea to score a late goal. I was expecting when they
Yeah,
concede on 85th minute. I was asking our boys that we'll score. Don't worry, we'll score. Because
yeah.
I was almost convinced that Sevilla will score for sure. Because Krasnodar, I was seeing they are attacking too much. I mean their midfield and defense was so much stretched, and whenever the Sevilla is getting to the attacking side, they look like they're going to score. So the
Yeah.
win was very, very important for us last night. I mean, it puts us in a very good position now. We can rotate the squad now much more than previous games.
Fantastic, man. Now, just like you, I was sort of thinking we were going to get the winner as well. That's why I wasn't worried all
Mhm.
throughout the match. I was sort of tweeting, I'm not worried, I'm not worried, I'm not worried. But
Yeah.
we'll get to all of that. Shyam, how are you, my bro? Thank you for coming into this channel. I've been talking to you for God knows how long now, interacting on Twitter nonstop. I have you in my channel now. I'm so glad to have you. How are you, my man?
I'm actually fine, Miss, and I'm actually really excited to be here on this channel with you, and especially given the fact that I've got Vivek and Adnan here as well along with me, so it makes all the more special. So
Yeah.
yeah, really glad and really thanks to you.
Brilliant, boys. Guys, let's get straight into this. First of all, what I want to talk about, which is the biggest talking point, is obviously our winner, Olivier Giroud's winner. And what a story this is, guys. Um, Olivier Giroud, person that hasn't been getting that much time this season. Last season, he was similar sort of treatment that was happening in the beginning, and then he was the savior for us just before the lockdown and post the lockdown. And this guy for me, now recently there was rumors again that he's leaving in January, so on and so forth. But for me, he's the perfect role model. Not just as a footballer, as a human being. Perfect professionalism, and coming to his home country, back home, in front of his home country, all his people from France. He scores the winner for Chelsea. I think it was in injury time as well, like 91st
Right.
minute.
90 minutes. Right.
90 minutes. I want to go across all you guys. I'll start with Vivek and then I'll go towards Adnan and Sham, and I'll just want to get a quick reaction of how you felt with that winner and what your thoughts are about Olivier Giroud. First of all, Vivek.
Personally, I was not expecting the winner, like I said at the start of the show. But I had a glimmer of hope when Ziyech came in, and when he won the ball in midfield, and when he went into the final third with the ball and made the pass to Werner, I thought Werner would be the one to score it, and the keeper made a very good save, and Giroud just went to the moment and scored the winner. It was a great header too, and in all honesty, Miz, I do not want Giroud to leave this January window. too good of a professional. He's too good of a footballer to, be leaving our squad in the middle of the season. And I personally want him to stay to the end of the season. And today morning, I was reading quotes that Frank Lampard has mentioned that Olivier Giroud will be playing a much more, pivotal role in the squad, and he will get more opportunities because, as you know, the season's quite long. We're playing twice every week, and who knows? We can. I personally don't think we can afford to sell Giroud in January, but I think he will not leave in January, and I think he will stay, complete the season, and probably move on in the summer.
No, well said, man. I think with the upcoming fixtures that are coming up, especially during December and January, Olivier Giroud is going to be needed. Now, Adnan, your reaction, brother. How was the atmosphere in Bangladesh with all your friends around you getting that winner? You said that you kind of expected that, but to see that winner come from Giroud, obviously we expected Werner to put it away, but from that winner coming from Giroud, how did it all feel?
Yeah, actually, I mean, Bangladesh and India are very much close to each other as a nation. I mean, so the public sentiment is almost the same. When Werner missed the sitter in the first 5 minutes, I guess he missed an open goal sitter. Then the boys are like, wow, I think we are going to have a bad night tonight because this was a clear-cut chance. So what happened actually that our boys and the feelings from here in Bangladesh is that I think Werner needs some rest because he looks really tired. I mean, even the goal that Giroud, when the Ziyech passed the ball to Werner should have scored there, right? I mean, it was saved by the goalkeeper, but his shot looked so tired. He looked so tired that the shot almost saying that the ball had absolutely no power in the shot. And right before then, and the Giroud, and when you see what's Chelsea's difference this season is when you see after the 70 minutes, Chelsea bringing player like Giroud, Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Kante. This is completely a bench power. We rested these players and they made the differences in last 20 minutes. And I mean, absolutely, they made the difference because, if you see the game, Rennes was chasing the ball. They are pressing Chelsea so high. I mean, Chelsea has like on the first gear or the second gear. Chelsea never actually went above second gear. I mean, they're playing safe. They scored a goal. They're passing into there. They're keeping the possessions. But when they scored, the Rennes scored, then Chelsea just go a shift above the second gear. I think they had a mindset in the Spurs game already, and they don't want to put so much physical pressure on this game. So I think it's a very good win, and it's a very short trip to France and England. So I don't think players will get fatigued, or there will be any injuries and tensions. But I do think Ben Chilwell and Werner maybe need rest somewhere in the down the line. I mean, they both of the player looks very tired.
Nah, spot on, man. Spot on analysis there by Adnan. Shyam, I want to quickly talk to you about this thing that Adnan said, which Vivek and I we were sort of talking about it, pre-going live. In terms of, it seemed like we could have gone many gears above. Like we were sort of playing in a way where we wanted to reserve some energy for the big match against Spurs that's coming up. But at the same time, I'm not going to say that Frank was looking for a draw. I think he was confident that even with this level of energy, we could beat Rennes. And no disrespect to Rennes, he just had that, as Adnan was saying, we just have so much firepower. If we wanted to turn it on, we can turn it on. Is that how you felt as well in that whole match?
Well, to start off with, I actually felt we were, some of the players were kind of tired also. But then as the match went on, I actually felt, yes, we were like playing in a gear much lower than we are actually used to. And then looking at the passes, the way we went forward and back and defended again, I felt we could have done more. But then again, as I said, Lampard had this first game in mind while going into this fixture itself. He wanted his players to be, like to be fresh at the same time, make sure that we get a win here. And that's exactly how we went, and glad that we won. So and end of the day, all that matters is that for me.
Absolutely. I just want to quickly also ask you, how much, I honestly, when I saw our firepower, as Adnan was saying, from the bench in terms of Kai Havertz and Ziyech coming in, I was over the moon. And I think for me, Ziyech, he was the one who put that ball through to Werner, and
Absolutely
then
right.
obviously that shot was saved, and then the header came in. What did you think about, players like Ziyech and Kai Havertz coming from the bench? How did that make you feel? Like, were you thinking, oh my God, I think we probably have a very good team to go a long way in, not just in Champions League, but all other sort of competitions that we are part of.
It's me.
Yeah, that's a totally question for you,
Yeah,
Shyam.
I mean, there were days, we were worried about our bench. I mean, you look at last year or the year before that, we were like, all right, we have these 11 guys on the pitch, and we want them to do most of the job. And now we are in a position where I feel comfortable and kind of relaxed, even with the bench. I can say, all right, it's 70 minutes up. We're gonna have Ziyech here, Havertz, two world class players on the bench coming on. I mean, the best side. So this is actually a change which I felt this club wanted, and the fans needed. And I'm actually glad that it's under Lampard now. So these are exciting times, I guess.
No, absolutely right, man. Let's get into the nitty gritty of this particular match. I'll go to Vivek first up. Lots of talk that was happening in regards to Timo Werner post match. Once again, he's missed a couple of really, really good chances. He missed some chances against Newcastle as well. What's your do you think the fans that are saying that? I've had a few comments as well in my tweets today where someone say to me, "Oh, Timo Werner is not a natural goal scorer," and I'm like, "Dude, what?" Like, I was like, fell from the sky.
What?
So, what's your? Because my feeling towards his whole misses in recent time is, I think he's mentally fatigued. He just needs a rest. What's your thoughts around the whole Timo Werner's, missed chances at the moment?
Okay, I was wondering who actually said that Werner is not clinical.
Oh man,
Werner, I've been my
I'll
word.
tweet. I'll
Okay.
give you that tweet, and I'll give you that tweet of that guy.
Okay, fair enough. Coming back to your question, is I've been watching Werner for a very long time, and I think it's been for the last 2 seasons. I've been hooked to the Bundesliga as well, so I watched a bit of Leipzig here and there, and one attribute I like about Werner is his mentality. He has this top-notch mentality where he misses, he goes on and again, and he comes back to get the other goal. Like we saw with Newcastle the other day, missed two
Yeah,
chances but created one for Tammy. That is very very important for a striker, and this particular mentality is something we missed in our strikers in the past, and you can see Tammy and Giroud feeding off it. Tammy finished versus Newcastle, and Giroud finished versus Rennes last night, and that is very very important miss. And I was reading a stat before I came on live today. Werner's shot conversion this year is 22%, and it's very very close to Jamie Vardy's, which was at 25% last year. And
right. Yeah,
Mohamed Salah's shot conversion rate last year was 19%, and these are all I'm putting them on numbers of other other top strikers and other top wingers in the Premier League, and he is converting those goals. And fans have this expectation that strikers should be finishing everything they score, or they should be scoring, yeah, everything. They should be finishing everything they score. Everything should be going behind the net, or every goal or every shot should be converted. No, it's impossible, miss. There are so many intangible factors, like you said, mental fatigue, or physical tiredness over there. These are all certain factors over there, but I have no doubts about Warner, and he's the kind of striker we need. As we move on into the season, he's going to score 20 plus goals, man. You can bank on this. Absolutely, he's going to score 20 plus goals.
100%, man. Like, if we look at us four here, right? we're all good at certain things in our work or certain things in our life that we can say proudly that we are good at this. But even that particular thing, when you're mentally tired, you will notice that you're not as good as how you normally are.
Absolutely.
And I think this is the case with Timo Werner, where we've seen, as you said, Vivek, that those goals against Southampton, where he just absolutely ate up the goals. The goal against Spurs, there was a really neat finish versus Burnley, where Ziyech puts a ball through and he just sides foot the goal. So it's not like he doesn't know how to finish. He 100% knows how to finish. I just feel you can see in his face as well that he's just a bit tired. The only thing I would say is that I feel that Frank wants to keep him there because of that pace, because of what we saw.
Absolutely.
We don't have that player until Pulisic is back. So that's why he keeps him on, I feel. I think as soon as Pulisic is completely fit, we're going to see Werner get rotated.
Yes, absolutely. And even Adnan, added to this. Adnan was telling that, the third shot which he took for the night, which was saved by the keeper, was very low on power. This was the shot, 100%. If he's fully fit, he scores a hat-trick last night.
That, right.
This was for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely scoring a hat-trick, 100% fit. And even Lampard also mentioned that the first goal, the ball was bobbling a little bit, and it was moving, it was moving a little bit differently, and it was a chance which any good striker could have missed. And one thing to note, all good strikers, they create chances. Then the moment they miss, the next game they score 2 or 3 more, and that's Timo Werner. And I don't think anybody should be putting him in a conversation where people say Timo Werner can't finish or he does not have the mentality to finish. That's absurd.
Just hope Timo Werner now gets all that anger inside of him. I'm sure he's angry. Rounds it up and delivers a power ball against Spurs. But all right, guys, enough about Timo Werner. A message to everyone, guys. Timo Werner is not finished. He's just about to start. And these sort of misses will happen.
Absolutely.
We just need to be supportive about it. And the thing is, he'll create more chances and he will find more chances and he'll finish it. This Chelsea team will create chances. Now, Adnan, I want to talk about Mason Mount with you. Mason Mount, honestly, man, in that match, I was in love with this particular player. For me, that was such a beautiful match from Mason Mount. Everything he was doing in defense, in offense, the way he was intercepting, the way, even the goal that he set up for Callum Hudson-Odoi, he actually wins the ball back with his strength. He gets the ball back. Then he goes forward and he looks up and he sees Callum Hudson-Odoi's run and he whips in that pass. But it's more than that. I feel like it's not just the assist. Everything he did in terms of pressing, in terms of his defensive work, fantastic. How did you feel, man, about this particular player? Do you remember back in your show, I said, this season, Mason Mount. How did you feel?
Exactly. Yeah, I think this is the role absolutely suits him very well. I mean, he's number 8, and we always thought that he's a proper number 8 rather than he's a number 10, or rather he's playing on the wing. Yes, he can fill the gaps when it's required, but I think the midfield role is what Mason Mount is absolutely perfect for Chelsea, because I think when Kante plays beside him, he gets more assured of the midfield. He know where to go at. Plus, I mean, yesterday was Kovacic maybe have a power game, because I think one of the player that had a bad game in last night, it was Kovacic and Werner. I mean, to be honest, I feel that because maybe there's something they are not feeling well or something else. But I think Mason Mount, so as you said, the way he win back the ball and the way that his vision, you can see his vision actually, how he absolutely pinpoint long ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Absolutely beautiful ball. I mean, you saw this in the Lampard and Drogba era, right? When Lampard was giving a long pass to Drogba, he chased it down and then netted goal. So I think Lampard absolutely now is figuring out that maybe our base formation, maybe it's 4-3-3 currently when Havertz is there. When Havertz is coming, then we have to switch back to 4-2-3-1 because to accommodate Havertz. I mean, yesterday maybe Havertz plays in the left side of the midfield, right? If I'm not wrong, when
he was on the left side. He was on the left side.
He was doing good. So I think Mason Mount playing alongside with Kante, or you can say Jorginho or Kovacic, I think his role in the midfield is, I think he's almost assured in that place. I can see him, he's keep growing in this place. And the one thing maybe he'll have less than last season is goal, because he was playing much more advanced position in the last season. This season he's playing a much more in a deeper role. If we say that it is center midfield role, so I think in the time to time he'll have his chances, because we saw him, he scored from the outside of the box versus West Brom. So goal scoring is not problem for Mason Mount, but his role currently is the distribution and putting the long balls, picking up the forward passes. So I think these are his current key roles, and I think he's just in current situation, he's in perfect position, because Gareth Southgate also playing him in those areas, Lampard also playing him in those areas, so he's having a combination right at this moment.
Nah, spot on, Adnan, man. I couldn't have said it any better than what you've just said in regards to Mason Mount's role. I think the point about how you were saying Kai Havertz, I think you're right. Look, he does enjoy playing in that sort of number 10 role, but I think he can shift into a 4-3-3 either on the left side or on the right. I don't think it might be on the right, it may be on the left, because on the right you're going to have Ziyech and there could be a congestion there. But I think Mason Mount in this 4-3-3, guys, I'm so happy that we have a player like this, because this guy is just going to get better and better. Now, Shyam, that's enough about Mason Mount, and I hope no more slander that we get about Mason Mount, because that game kind of proved what he brings to us. Shyam, I want to talk to you about Callum Hudson-Odoi. This is another player that's been getting so much stick, and for me, that particular game was another game where I felt this player, you know, has played his best game. Like for me, Callum Hudson-Odoi, that was his best game in terms of offensively and defensive work rate. Offensively, I felt, you know, he should have got that assist in the beginning, but he got himself the goal. How did you rate his game? What's your thoughts around that?
Same thing here, bro. I actually felt last night was his best game, and the reason why I say this is because of the confidence he had. I mean, we saw in the last few matches where he got the minutes. You know, he was kind of skeptical at times, but then yesterday he actually was. I mean, we actually saw the old Hudson-Odoi, if I'm right. You know, someone who likes to take on the players. He did that initially, but then what actually stood out to me was his defensive work, top notch. And even when he got that goal, you know, after that he actually was willing to work hard, willing to come back, willing to track his runners again. And he actually, you know, saved one of the crosses, I guess, somewhere in the 27th minute or so. And that is something which I think Lampard will be very impressed with. That is something what Lampard wants from Callum Hudson-Odoi or any of his wingers, to be honest there. And I actually feel now he's got a foundation foundation of how you know how he should be playing. And the next thing is to build on from here. You can't rest. You have to take up whatever the opportunities you get, be it in the left side of the pitch or the right. You're done well in the right side of the pitch. The next thing is to build on it, maintain the consistency there.
Nah, spot on, Shyam, man. We had the preview yesterday, live show, and I had Jay and I had Jam, and we had the same talk that you know, Callum Hudson-Odoi, he deserves chance, and then when he does get the chance, he doesn't look great. Yesterday was the first time where I felt he got the chance and he looked great. And as you said, defensive work rate was what got me really excited as well. We know he's good in attack. We know he's good in attack. He can do all of that. But that defensive work rate was what caught my eye. And I think this is what Frank Lampard has been talking about constantly, where he said he needs to work hard. He needs to work hard. He has to train hard. I think this is what he was talking about. Let's not forget, of course, that finish from Mason Mount's ball. That finish was clinical as well. It was
absolutely
beautiful. I loved it.
But also Also, sorry,
Yeah.
miss, I just to interrupt. Also, that
Yeah.
pass, I mean, he gave to Werner. That was Werner missed,
No, no.
actually. That was come from Hudson-Odoi as well.
No.
Hudson-Odoi.
Absolutely
Should have got the
technical ball.
assist. Should have got. Can you imagine, guys? He should have got an assist and a goal. Probably would have been man of the match for
Right.
that particular game.
Absolutely.
In a Champions League game as well, away from home against a very strong French side like Rennes. So that would have been, great for him. But nonetheless, still a great performance. And as Shyam, you were saying that, I think from here on, boys, I think consistency is very important. I want to see him get better and better and keep that consistency.
Exactly.
So hopefully that happens. Now, what I want to talk about is next up I had in my list was Silva. Let's talk about Silva. This is to Vivek. Vivek, Thiago Silva, look, I got a lot of stick yesterday. I don't know about you guys. Chelsea admin posted post-match how they always do the poll, who's the man of the match, right? They had Mason Mount, they had Mendy, they had Thiago Silva, and I think they had someone else, I can't remember. And I said Mason Mount, and I was being cheeky in my comment. I said, anyone except Mason Mount is just fooling themselves. It's Mason Mount, man of the match. And someone commented and said, mate, did you even watch the match? I hate when people comment like this to me. Did you even watch the match? Thiago Silva was so solid. Without Thiago Silva, we would be letting in at least 3 goals. And I said, in that case, Thiago Silva is man of the match every match. Just put him man of the match every match. But look, I understand Thiago Silva is a very, very key component of our team, 100% undoubtedly. And against Rennes, how did you rate his performance? I think there was that one opportunity where Chilwell did a unforced error, back pass, and luckily Silva was there. There were several times where Silva was, I feel, was in control of the defensive shape. But how did you feel about his overall game? And also talk to me about the goal that we conceded. Whose fault do you think it was?
For me, Thiago Silva had a very good game, miss. He was pretty good, and me saying he was pretty good is owing to the fact that the only goal Rennes scored was from a set piece. They had zero open play opportunities yesterday. They had no open play opportunities whatsoever, and he controlled the defense along with Jorginho, and Jorginho also played well yesterday.
I felt he did.
He played really well last night. And the triangle of Jorginho, Zuma, and Silva was pretty good last night. They managed to keep the Rennes attack very quiet, and even though they looked very threatening on the wing, especially on the right side, Chilwell's side, Silva was always there to mop it up. And coming back to the goal conceded miss, it was Silva's fault. He should have been the one covering the header.
It was Silva's fault?
Yeah, that was Silva's fault. Yeah. That was Silva's fault, but it's entirely fine. I didn't personally, make a big fuss out of the goal conceded, and the goal was hit straight. The header was hit straight at Mendy too, and it was quite a fast header and unsavable. That was a bullet header. You don't save those on any good day. And Silva, I felt he looked a little pissed. He looked a little pissed off last night after conceding the goal. He did. He looked very pissed off last night, and I can safely say that this man does not want to end a game, with a goal or two conceded to his name. He looks like that sort of character who says it's either clean sheet or no clean sheet whatsoever, either clean sheet or nothing at all. That's the mentality which Silva brings to the table. And I've been reading on Twitter that Thiago Silva is also speaking to Chelsea to renew his contract for another year. Yeah, that'll be phenomenal. And he does not look like a 36-year-old whatsoever, miss.
Exactly.
Absolutely fantastic. And he is, for me, the most important signing this season alongside Mendy.
We look at the fitness levels of Cristiano Ronaldo. We look at the fitness level of Lionel Messi, right? I think we need to start putting Thiago Silva in that range where this guy, I feel he can play on and on and on. I think we do need him. Obviously, he's going to stay here this season and next season, and we probably do need him for one more season until Zuma becomes the number one force. And then we can start putting someone besides Zuma. But yeah, I loved your analysis about Silva. I think he did look a
He
bit
lives a very
upset.
consistent. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Miss. He lives a very consistent lifestyle. Does not party. Takes good care of his body. Takes good care of his diet. Spends a lot of quality time with his family. These are things which are not something which you see in the football circle whatsoever. And I think these are some of the reasons why Thiago Silva is so fit at 36, and I think he is the model professional in our club next to Aspilicueta, and Aspilicueta is also another model professional. So these are key things, Miss, and these are the things which our younger players look up to. Say your Mason Mounts or your Billy Gilmores or your Callum Hudson-Odois or your Kai Havertz. These are the kind of people these people look up to, and Thiago Silva is living that role, and I'm so happy for him, and I really hope he stays with us for another year.
Now, bang on, man. As you said, players like Silva and Aspilicueta, such great leadership that they bring, and it's so great. Another player who's starting to become in that level, and I want to talk to this with Adnan, is Edouard Mendy. This guy is becoming a bit of a father figure to the whole family. We saw the picture with him with Mason Mount around
Mason
him.
Mount, right.
I think he's becoming a bit of a leader. What do you think, Adnan? How did you rate his performance? I think he made some really good saves as well against Rennes, kept us in the game.
Right.
Talk to me about Mendy.
I think Vivek was saying that the bullet header that went past him, that was actually goal. But before that, there was another bullet header that was absolutely on the sheer pace, and he's able to save it. I mean, yes, he has some fumble, but he able to save that. That was also almost a sheer goal, because if no disrespect to Kepa, but if it was Kepa, I was saying that was also going to the nets, because because the goalkeeping position. I mean, you can see Chelsea yesterday. I think, as Vivek said, I think definitely especially Zuma and Thiago Silva, Mendy, they will not be happy to concede from set pieces, because they have the physics and all. But they still concede from the set piece. So yes, that is a different point. But I think what Mendy brings to Chelsea is a lot more calmness in the defense. I mean, you see, before when there was Kepa, everybody was shouting. I mean, like, who's going to call this one? I mean, I think one of the video I saw on the Twitter, everybody in Tammy, Mount, and everybody's shouting Kepa, collect. But they are urging Kepa to collect the ball. But you can see here, Mendy, even everybody has a very good confidence on him, because the whole team, when they have a confidence on the goalkeeper, they don't have to be worried about whether the goalkeeper making save or you have to back up the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper knows his place, that he knows what's the connection within the defense. So when yesterday he saved that goal, Aspilicueta comes and just hugged him, because they was assured that it was going in, but he saved that. So I think, and also I think the one thing we actually not discussing this season, I think lots of people maybe missed out, is the team spirit, brother. I mean, the team spirit is absolutely over the mountain right now. I mean, they are like brothers. They are like brothers. They are combining each other well. And you can see Mendy is a new boy, and how good he gel with English boy Mason Mount. Now he barely can speak English well. Mendy still, he speaks French. So you can see they are gelling it very well, and they have the confidence on him. And Mendy with Silva, Zuma, and Aspilicueta, 4 French-speaking players in the defensive lineup, they can shout each other now. They can pick each other call as well. Maybe no disrespect to Ben Chilwell, maybe he have to learn some French in coming days.
He's got to learn French.
He's got to learn French. So I think Mendy brings very. I was talking with in Bangladesh, we are having a weekly chat show with the Rivals fan, and everybody was saying that man, you have Mendy, who's look like giving Chelsea a newer vibe, because you are having Kepa till before him. So you can have a goalkeeper who you can now rely, actually. Basically, you can rely that, yes, there's somebody who will pick the high balls, who is safe crosses. So, yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, Mendy, I have to credit goes to Peter Cech as well to spot him, definitely, because I think Frank Lampard was going for Nick Pope or somebody else. I think he was an English connection or something. But I think Edouard Mendy was completely Peter Cech and Marina's calls. I think hats off to them.
His connection with Rennes, Peter Cech's connection with Rennes.
Right. So I think, brother, Mendy, for Chelsea. He gives us solid confidence in the back line with the defender we have. They are look like a team in the defense who can save us for a long time.
Now, bang on, man. Just a quick note. I think Ben Chilwell needs to change his name to Benoit Chilwell.
right.
Change himself up a little bit. But before we touch on our 6-match winning streak and how far we can go in Champions League, I want to talk about, and I want to ask this to Shyam now. There was one very interesting point Frank Lampard made after the match when asked about Mason Mount. He talked about the point that everyone loves Mason Mount. We love him. The team loves him. Proper Chelsea fans love Mason Mount. Now, that created a lot of uproar. Me, personally, I loved it that Frank said that because at the end of the day, if you're a proper Chelsea fan, you shouldn't be slandering any players. You can, critically, you can be constructively, criticize someone and talk about their game and whatnot, but you shouldn't be saying, bad things about a player. You shouldn't be wanting injuries on a player, which is like brainless for me. So how did you feel seeing that comment? What was your reaction off the back of that comment, basically?
Well, bro, to be very honest with this, I think if you're guilty, you'll get triggered by that. I mean, if you aren't guilty, why will you even get triggered by that? I mean, he made a simple comment where he made a simple comment there. He said, if you are a fan, you'll actually support Mount, and it's true. It applies to Mount. It applies to every single player there, and I felt that this was actually very important and very wise of him to say. The reason why I say this is because lately, regardless of what Mount does, you see someone or the other say no. I mean, Mount is average so and so. I mean, you appreciate him for what he does on the pitch. Simple, finish there, right off there. But then you got guys over there, who says, I mean, Lampard plays him because he's his son or so, and he actually actually mentioned it in the
He answered that question.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I think Frank Lampard's in Twitter. I feel like he's in Twitter.
No, I mean,
100% he's on Twitter.
I mean, how come a journalist asking him that if Mason Mount is your son or something like that, right?
Exactly. So for me, it's actually simple. As I actually said, if you aren't guilty, you won't feel triggered enough for that. Simple as that.
Nah, spot on, man. And you know what? I was going to I tweeted out something else with that picture of Mason Mount with that pass to Callum Hudson-Odoi. I wanted to actually tweet and say, wow, that does look like Frank Lampard's son because he's playing like him. I mean, can it be? But yeah, nonetheless, I think we needed to cover that particular point because it was an important point, what Frank, I feel like, is trying to say to us fans is that if you're a true fan, you back a player. You back the player.
Absolutely.
And you support them. So that was fantastic from Frank. Guys, now before we wrap things up with the final few things, obviously we're going to go through some questions as well. But this particular segment, I want to just go through each of you guys quickly, sort of like a snap review. First, I'll touch with Vivek. How far? Obviously, now we've had 6-match winning streak. We're in a bit of a momentum. Specifically, Champions League, Vivek. How far do you think we can go?
I think the squad is good enough to go to the semi-finals, miss, and going beyond the semi-finals will entirely depend on 2 factors for me. Definitely not the opponent. I think the squad can give a good fight to any team. I'm not saying that we're going to go tomorrow and beat Bayern Munich. No, absolutely not.
I was going to say, do you think we're ready for Bayern Munich?
Yeah. I don't think we're ready for Bayern Munich, but I absolutely think we'll give them a fight. We're not just going to, sit back and wait and let them score 4 goals or 5 goals. No, absolutely not. This team is going to fight, bring the fight to them. Semi-finals, I'm hopeful for it, Miz. But beyond the semi-finals, it's left to be seen. For me, it's just 2 factors. One is how good our squad is, mentally. Are they mentally prepared enough, to go to the finals? And number 2 is injuries. I honestly cannot see us going to the semi-finals or beyond without a fully fit squad. We need these two to be in our favor if we want to go all the way to the semi-finals.
No, absolutely, man. Spot on. Adnan, your thoughts?
Yeah.
How far do you think we could go in the Champions League? Do you feel this is a team that could perhaps, give the best? Like when I look at the best teams in Champions League, obviously Bayern Munich. You'd have to put obviously your likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid and Manchester City and all of that. Do you think we could possibly this time give them a good chance?
I think I agree with here, Vivek, absolutely, because I can see we can definitely go to the quarterfinals because if we top the group, we will get maybe Lazio in the second round. So if Lazio, Dortmund, I can see them finish the top of the group. So Lazio, if we play, then we may have Barcelona, Juventus, United in the quarterfinals. I mean, this is the mix.
And I feel like we can beat them. I
think Barcelona is, not the same Barcelona before. Yes, they are struggling, but still yesterday they have put a good show against Dynamo Kiev. But I feel we are, as I agree with Vivek, I think we are not ready for Bayern Munich yet because they are a jail team. They are playing in the same system for 2 or 3 years, so they are something else now.
Yes.
But I think without Bayern, we can beat anyone. I think in our outing to semi-final or quarter-final. But I still have to say here because this season is a very busy season. We are playing in every 2 and 3 days. So I think injuries, fatigue, these will depends a lot after the January. December and January. So you will see a lot of team will have a longer list of injury. Here you need luck as well. I feel that you need the luck as well because you can see the Liverpool team. Absolutely, there are 6 or 7 guys already gone from the first team. So I think it's depend on the injury. I think if we able to, because we have a big squad, so that's why I'm a bit confident. So if you can see, we don't have Pulisic now, but we are still getting very good results. No, so I think defense. The injury. If we able to keep the player rotation, man management is. I think I respect Frank Lampard man management. To be honest, till now he did very well. Well. If we able to do it more till the February, I think we have a very good chance in Champions League.
No, fantastic, man. Shyam, your thoughts, brother? Champions League. How do you feel?
For me, it's a short-term goal to look at now, bro. I actually want this team to reach the quarterfinals. Why I say this? Because I actually saw this weird fact in this morning that we actually last reached the quarterfinals in 2013-14. So that's a long time since we have reached there, And for a club like us, it's actually really important that we do well in UCL. We have the squad now, and I actually hope the players remain fit. We actually manage them well. Lampard knows it better than us. So for time being, I think quarterfinal should be the aim, and then once we reach there, we can see like based on who we get.
Right.
Perfect, man. Perfect from all of you guys. I would also probably say minimum quarterfinals, and I can see us win in quarterfinals and reach semi-finals, as Vivek was saying. But still, obviously, early days. But with what Adnan was saying, injuries and all the fixtures that are lined up, a lot of luck has to fall into our favor. But if everything sits in its place, this side has the quality.
Absolutely.
We saw
Absolutely.
We could have gone another 2-3 gears more if we wanted to and really demolish Rennes. But nonetheless, great future for us. Now, guys, we've got some fan questions. I want to start off with Vivek. Some really interesting questions here that I want to ask you guys because it will spark a bit of debate here. So from Bleed Blue, one of the guys that always interacts with all of us, fantastic guy.
Right.
His question, I felt we were intentionally driving first gear last night, and when we needed a goal, we just changed gears, grabbed the goal, and again, to me, it looks so obvious we were saving energy for Spurs. Your thoughts on this? I think we kind of touched on this, Vivek, but...
Yes, we did. We did miss.
Let's just, in summary for Big Blue, Do you think Frank sort of had an eye towards Spurs and wanted to reserve some energy?
Yeah, absolutely, Miz. I'm not going to go too much into depth with this. It did look like, Werner and Chilwell especially, they were the two players who were playing at the least intensity possible. And even Kovacic was also playing at a very low intensity. He did not make those driving runs, which he always does into the box. And I did notice that around one-fourth of the squad was playing at a much lesser intensity than what it was. And all of this was perfectly, made sure that the squad stays fit, no injuries, and going into Spurs with the best shape possible for everybody.
Nah, spot on, man. That's exactly how all of us felt as well. Adnan, question for you.
Yeah.
This one is very, very interesting, man. I actually, I'm hoping, I'm praying that you somehow find an answer, because this is a dangerous question. It's obvious Giroud is way better and has been in great form for Chelsea and France. Then why does Tammy start over him? If Tammy is preferred to help him improve, then why doesn't Cho prefer it? So he's saying, if we prefer Tammy, then why are we not preferring Callum Hudson-Odoi? Because they're sort of saying like younger. So is this double standards from Frank Lampard, or you think Tammy is better than Giroud? It's a question from Tex. Go ahead, man.
That's a very good question, actually. To be honest, first of all, we have to see where Tammy is playing. He's a center forward. He cannot play left or right. So Werner can play on the left side. So that's why Lampard put in Werner in the left side and Tammy in the middle, so that they can combine. And yesterday, you can see, even though Werner had a power game, they had a lots of pass in between them. Werner was finding Tammy. Tammy was finding Werner. So there's a definitely, because they already played 3 or 4 matches like this, and they were getting each other.
There's a chemistry. There's a chemistry.
Yes. And Chelsea, you can see the Newcastle goal, brother. You can see the Newcastle goal that Werner burst through the 2 defender and Tammy scored, right? The answer is right there, brother. That pace, Giroud don't have that pace, brother.
Exactly.
Giroud do not have pace. That pace is Tammy have this, and Werner is putting the pass to Tammy doing the rest. So when you see, I think in the Spurs game in the Sunday, I feel there will be some surprise change in the Chelsea lineup. But when you say we do not break the game like Newcastle or like Rennes, you will see Giroud. Like, he will do this kind of job. He's come from the bench. He will hold the line. He will be the target man. He brings Pulisic or Werner or Ziyech into the play. He hold the ball. He pass them. They put the key passes. So, I mean, the Giroud has a very key role in this Chelsea team. No disrespecting, he is now in third choice as a striker, but I feel Giroud, as a Vivek in the starting, he said that he's not going anywhere. Definitely, he's not going anywhere, because there will be some serious game in December, January, Champions League, and Giroud will be the solution for Chelsea in lots of matches, because Giroud brings a lots of pace player together, and they can combine, pass each other. They can find key passes. So I think Giroud, unfortunately, because due to the pace and combination play, he may be going to the third choice. But still, I think Tammy will be above Giroud, just because Chelsea play with pace and counter-attacks more.
Spot on, man. I couldn't have said that answer better. I knew as soon as I saw this question, I wanted to start typing. I'm like, nah, I think the boys will cover this perfectly, because we know it's the pace of Giroud that doesn't allow him to start. And Tammy and Werner, so pacey, so quick. And that's exactly what we're going for. And no disrespect for Olivier Giroud.
Absolutely.
The pace that he doesn't have, he makes it up with his mindset and his experience. Final question for Shyam before we wrap things up in this session is another interesting question. Shyam, is should Chelsea start with Werner against Tottenham or Callum Hudson-Odoi at left wing, because Werner looks tired, to be honest, and has been missing some chances too. Meanwhile, Callum Hudson-Odoi has been good recently. Very good question.
Good question indeed. But I think Spurs is a big game. Looking at the fact that the form Spurs are in, and looking at the fact that it's a Premier League game, so no brainer here. Werner and Tammy. And why I say this is because that you're getting four days off. Four days is fine for now, I guess. And
Yeah,
you're a
totally.
professional there. You got to play games thick and fast.
Mm.
And December is a period where you are going to get games in bulk. So you have to be ready for that. So I think had it been any other opposition, I might have tilted a bit towards him. But then it's Spurs big game. Um, I mean, we cannot just get complacent there. So Timo for me.
Nah, spot on, man. I think. Yeah,
I
go
just
on,
want
Adnan.
to add at one point. I mean, I saw some tweets on today that Frank Lampard confirmed that Pulisic will be fit for Spurs game.
Yeah.
So
he
so
is.
we
Yeah, that's
have him
correct.
as well. So we have him
Yeah.
as well. So and you know how Son is play in Spurs, Son and
Yeah.
and Bale. So two speedy
Yeah.
winger there, and you have Ndombele have to control. So
Yeah.
I can see a lot more pace in this game. I think Chelsea will much
Yeah.
prefer the spacey player in this game, just to control Son and Bale right in the
Absolutely. And this
Good point,
Spurs
man. Good
team,
point.
and obviously we're going to do a Spurs special in a few days' time.
Yeah.
But this Spurs team really scares me. I don't know if you guys have seen All or Nothing, which was a bit of a joke for everyone for Spurs. You know, everyone was laughing.
Amazon, yeah.
I actually watched
Yeah.
it, and honestly, Jose Mourinho he's a different level of a manager, man. I recommend all of you guys to watch it because when he first came in, he sat down with Kane, and the episode was showing them having a conversation. And he said to Kane that he goes, Harry Kane, you're a good striker, but you're not Cristiano level or Lionel Messi level yet. You know, you're a good striker, but I can make you into that level. I can take you to that level. You look at Harry Kane now, brother.
No, right.
Oh my
Yeah.
days! After his injury, that layoff that he had, the 3 months, the lockdown, he came back. His assist. So I think Jay said yesterday in my preview show, he's got 45 goals involvement over the last I don't know how many matches or something like that. He's pretty much been involved in almost every single Spurs goals, either assist.
He's the leading
or score.
assist. He's the leading assist maker, and he's the leading candidate for assists this season. Miss in the Premier League, he has
Right.
8
He's got
assists
like
more than
eight
anybody
assists.
else in the league. Yeah, he has 8 this season.
And the change he's done is he drops deep and he finds those pacey players at none that you were talking about.
Absolutely.
You know, Son and Bale and Dombele is really helping. So, Shyam, to go back to the point, I think Werner needs to play this game. That experience is
And-
really needed against Spurs.
And I think
Adnan.
another key battle will be Harry Kane versus Thiago Silva, or you can
Thiago
say Zuma
Silva.
as well. That will be one of the key battle. I mean, in this game.
This match is gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we do a preview right now? No, we gotta relax. We'll do the preview another time. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's joined as well throughout. Please take this opportunity and smash that like button. And if you've missed some of the parts in the beginning of the show, go back, watch the whole thing. Before I go, I want to give the opportunity to all my fellow fans and friends over here an opportunity to say final words. Vivek, thank you so much for coming into the show. Some final things to your viewers.
Thank you for having me once again, Miss. Really enjoying what Chelsea are doing right now, and long may this continue. And we need this momentum. We need to take this winning streak, along with us, and we need to keep going because the games are going to come in thick and fast in the next few weeks. And more power to Lampard and more power to Chelsea.
Brilliant. Adnan, brother, thank you so much for coming here. Some final messages to your viewers.
Thank you, Miss, for having me for the first time, and absolutely enjoying it with Shyam and Vivek. And thank you so much, guys, for inviting me again. And message for our fans that it will be a long season, and their luck will come against or go against us, but we have to be strong enough, and let's not abuse our players in the social media, and stay well and pray for them. Yeah.
Brilliant message, man. Shyam, I'm going to have all of you guys on, and I'm so glad I've had you this time. We're going to have all the interaction, but some final messages for all your followers who's going to be watching as well.
Well, first of all, thanks a lot, Miss, to you, and thanks to Vivek and Adnan. I mean, you guys have been fab so far, fab on the platform as well, and for the fans, I mean, back Frank Lampard. He's the manager now. Don't care who was the last time or someone else. I don't care who it was. Now it's Frank Lampard. We have to live in the present. Back him fully.
Absolutely.
Simple as that.
Absolutely,
Nah,
absolutely.
True, man. It's Frank Lampard era. That's it. That's all we need to know. It's Frank Lampard time. Guys, thank you so much. Until
Thank you,
next
guys.
time. Hope you guys all enjoyed this episode and this review of Rennes versus Chelsea. Until next time, guys. See ya.
Take care.